Oh, that is Talk Talk. I love that song or that beat, I guess you could say. She might have some lyrics to it, I'm not sure. But welcome back. I'm Teddy, and you are listening to Messy Mocha. So go ahead, grab your cup, and let's sip this mocha up on a Friday, a Duckery Friday. I'm in a pretty good mood this morning. I've already been up early and accomplished at least one important task already. So, shout out to the mob, all my other bears. I call the Grizzlies and the Honey Bears. How's everyone? You ready for the weekend? Did you see Elon Musk in a photograph? I gotta show you guys this. It's Duckery Friday, but it's news. It's real news. So Elon Musk was at a conference. We'll just say CPAC, and he wielded a chainsaw and to represent I think, the cuts that are going on right now. But I wonder if you think perhaps in this photograph that I'll show you, who do you think he was channeling? Let me just make it a little bit larger so you can see this. Okay. Yes, that's in the background, that's the Argentinian president, I believe. Let's see, who is that? That's right, President Melas. He was overcome with glee. You can see him, thumbs pointed up in the air, in his own language, interpreted, uh, long live freedom. I'm talking about the Argentinian president who watched gleefully. And then he ended his phrase with uh, God and something about blanket. So I don't really like using or saying that word. Anyway, let me just tell you about this. And good morning, good morning. Why not just start it off? This is from, and I'll show you also on his own platform, X. Elon Musk wields chainsaw for bureaucracy on stage at CPAC to symbolize Doge's massive government cuts. So the Argentinian president, he walks out on the stage. Let's see if I can bring this over. And he hands Elon Musk this chainsaw. And then Elon Musk raises this chainsaw. Let's see if I can um, show you this on, maybe I can show you it on his platform, X. What happened? Who is he channeling? Elon Musk. Did that clear the house? Hang on, guys. I'm trying to see if I can pull this up. On his, this is X. I had it up. Hang on. So you can see the video clip if you're interested, for those who are or are not. Trying to pull it up. Let's see if this does it. Slow. The response on my computer. I don't know. I clicked it. We're waiting for it to. There we go. Bring that back. So this is from X. This was one of the leading captions on X posted by him at the Conservative Political Action Conference, CPAC. In Washington, D.C., Elon Musk appeared alongside Argentina president, is that Javier Milei, who gifted him a chainsaw as a symbolic gesture. Musk, involved in an initiative to reduce U.S. federal government spending, discussed these efforts aiming to cut $2 trillion, highlighting the use of humor in political discourse. This event also featured Musk's commentary on comedy and his critique of political censorship through humor. Maybe that's why it was bad. But Here you can see. Let's trying to bring it up. There you can see the Argentinian president handing him this chainsaw and then him raising it. You know what? It's probably not um, as funny with his humor to those who were cut government cuts. Did you hear about it? Only on yesterday, thousands of cuts in the what was it, IRS? And it was supposed to target recently hired employees and those whose performance wasn't up to par. But then I read this morning on another media station, CNN, there were comments that there were others who were cut that were high performers. So I don't know how to, square it all because you have one news outlet saying this and you have another news outlet saying that. Good morning. Good morning. Fair use commentary for education, criticism, news reporting, and entertainment purposes only. Vicky thinks it was Hitler. Junebug says, good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. Good morning to baby Juju. Pink Diamond, haven't seen you in the chat for a while in the bear cave, but you're back. Good morning, says Pink Dynamite to Teddy and the bear cave. Good morning to Facebook friends out there. I am live on Facebook. Who's over there? Annette. You like to hang out on Facebook? Great. So, what is your impression of that? In the meantime, let's get to today's news and live updates. Let's start with the 5 things that we should know. Let's switch this up a little bit. There we go. For this February 21st, federal firings, inflation, Ukraine, Gitmo, or Guantanamo Bay, and a new iPhone. I'm trying to roll up. It's delayed just a bit as I'm trying to pull this up. All right. So why not pull it up? Try another way. All right, so let's start with the first federal firings. Billionaire Elon Musk on Thursday used a chainsaw as a prop to tout his efforts to shrink the federal workforce in the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. Musk waved it in the air at a conservative event, describing it as a chainsaw for bureaucracy. He was asked repeatedly about his efforts to find waste and fraud in the federal budget, which he likened to throwing darts at a room full of targets. So I guess that means it's pretty easy. The Trump administration and Musk have insisted that they are carefully purging the federal workforce by firing only low performing employees serving in non critical or roles or recent hires on probationary status. However, CNN has found that the exact opposite is happening. Recently promoted employees or people who have received strong performance reviews are among those who have been terminated. On to inflation. Stocks on Wall Street fell Thursday after Mart warned inflation and tariffs could slow down sales for the year. The sour forecast from the world's largest retailer dragged down the Dow by more than 650 points, or 1.5%, before ending the day 451 points lower. It's still high though. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ composite dropped 0.43% and 0.47 respectively, while Walmart's shares tumbled by more than 6.5%. Walmart chief financial officer acknowledged uncertainties related to consumer behavior and global economic and geopolitical condition. So far, what is this? Nationwide says President Trump has not gone far enough in trying to reduce the price of everyday goods. That comes from a new CNN poll. On to Ukraine. Amid a widening rift between Washington and Kyiv, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Thursday's meeting with a Trump envoy was productive. This week, the long fraught relationship between President Trump and his Ukrainian counterpart was on full display surrounding diplomatic efforts toward peace talks. Meanwhile, the U.S. is resisting a reference to Russian aggression in a joint statement from the group of 7 countries marking the third anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. It's been 3 years. 3 years. It's passed, and still the war between the two has not ceased. Envoys from Washington have voiced concern about how the war is framed in the document. Trump has also suggested Russia be allowed to rejoin the G7 after it was ejected for annexing Crimea. That happened in 2014. More news on Guantanamo Bay. More than 170 Venezuelan migrants who were deported from the U.S. to Guantanamo Bay in recent weeks were flown home on Thursday. Hundreds of migrants have been sent to the notorious base in Cuba as part of President Trump's migration crackdown, but they have since been mostly flown elsewhere after questions were raised over the legality of such an initiative. Senior Trump officials have said that Guantanamo Bay is reserved for the worst of the worst, but new court filings reveal that not all those who are being sent to the facility are considered to pose a high threat. I'm sure there will be legal filings in that. And then finally, new iPhone, as if it's really new news. If you have an iPhone, um, Apple is always, I think, launching its latest, but this one was launched. It's budget friendly iPhone. It's called the 16E for pre-sale in key markets today. The new smartphone, which costs $599, is equipped with artificial intelligence, came in the same week that Chinese rival Huawei rolled out its flagship trifold phone in a rare launch event. Analysts say the mid-range pricing strategy aims to woo price-sensitive customers in countries like China and India and boost adoption in low-end markets. But on a global scale, Apple still faces an uphill battle in luring new customers. Its smartphone sales have declined. I didn't realize that. I'm not an Apple customer. Since peaking in 2022, and its global shipment share has fallen from 19.3% in 2023 to 18.2% last year, according to Counterpoint Research. Does anyone out there have an Apple phone? And what is an average cost? I've heard around $1,000. The last phone that I purchased, which was recent, came in around $849 plus tax. I guess that would take it to $900, right there about. It's like walking around with a small computer. Remember when laptops were, we thought it was a lot to spend $800 for a high end laptop? That would have been maybe a few years back. And now that's what some are paying, including myself, to have a phone. And then, not to mention what the monthly bill is averaging. Some plans, they add, friends and family, and some plans, they do other things to entice consumers to come with them. To me, it all ranges. And after you finish paying, this is just my impression, it's probably at least $85 to $125 a month, depending on what your service includes. So that's your telephone, which always gets paid, right? Because if you don't pay your phone bill, guess what? It's turned up, it's shut off, except for emergency, dialing out. So what do people do? Even if you're late, you pay your phone bill to get it reconnected. So that utility is always paid, right? Cable. Now you can go without your cable, but the cable companies have got pretty smart. If you want your internet and you want other, channels, it's a package. Yeah, so if you were to say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and get my internet over here, well, then you have to start adding on these modules from other companies. So what do you do? And so then your cable, at least internet access, is, just say at least, I'm talking about bare minimum. I don't know what other, but here it's at least $50. And then try adding on cable. That's at least $50. That's kind of low. That's what I've been running into. It's probably more like mid 125 and up. So then add that onto your phone bill. All right. Cable gets paid. All the utilities get paid unless you have a special, I'll just say contract set up, for a few months while it's really, really cold. You can go in or call. People used to go in and stand in line. I guess that's showing my age, at least with my mother when she was living. You would go in and pay your bills. And now it's all done online, right? So your gas or heating bill, add that up. Add your other utility, lights, electricity. You absolutely need at least 3 of the ones that I mentioned. So it's no wonder people are complaining and wondering, when are these cost cuts going to happen? Also, did you hear a proposal? So the money that's being saved or found, in this Doge, there's something out there. yesterday that's causing a little bit of a stir, and that's the idea of refunding all Americans $5,000, a check. And part of that is basically to reimburse, again, my impression, the overspending of the government. And why not give some of that back, then use the other amount to pay or help pay down the deficit. And then if we lower the deficit, then that would mean at least more money available for loans and other important projects, I guess, or line items in the future budget for the United States. Have you heard about that? And what would you think about it? Someone else proposed, no, $5,000. Okay, that's a pretty good idea, but give it to those who make or earn 150,000 and lower. The response has been, well, wait a minute, just give it to everyone. So there's some back and forth already, but Elon Musk and his team are certainly finding lots of money that has been spent with a goal of finding up to 2 trillion. I don't know, at the cost of who's getting cut. I don't know. Maybe the idea is great. I'm talking about cuts. I'm all for cutting costs and looking at the budget and spending. Trying to bring the U.S. back to pay down the deficit. But is slashing, there's a lot of cuts and a lot of people are going to be affected and are being affected. So maybe a more careful or thoughtful way to do it. I don't know. All right. So Vicky says, I have a dish and a fire stick. All right. So obviously you've done your homework. That seems to be more in line. Okay. So a dish. All right. Anybody else? Pink Dynamite. I have an iPhone, but I use it until the wheels fall off. I was kind of like that with my previous phone. I had it. It worked. And just well. But I had it for quite some time, and it was time, yeah, to upgrade it. Anyone else? By the way, you can email me right now at unwinewithteddy@gmail.com. Let's take another peek. Let's just scan uh, the papers as I do and find out what other articles. Let's start with CNN. Real quick, what's going on with a Georgia GOP congressman encounters anger at town hall? Well, before I even look at the article, a lot of people are angry with various congressmen and women. Speaking of which, Jasmine Crockett, I saw a short clip of her, congresswoman from Texas. She was on The View yesterday and making, of course, a lot of remarks about the cuts and other questions that were asked of her. She has made such a name for herself. She's almost regularly interviewed on some of these talk shows. Pentagon hits pause on plan to carry out mass firings over civilian employees, officials saying. Well, certainly the Pentagon, defense, need defense people on their jobs to protect this country. I wonder what this is all about and who uh, decided to hold back. Doge, how Doge got access to government workers, real estate, and payment systems so quickly. Well, one of the ways I think is President Donald Trump. He's appointed and uh, given a, I don't want to say order, but authority or power or access, task uh, to Elon Musk. People are really, 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 some people are upset about someone from the outside not elected who can come in like Elon Musk and make such a widespread impact so quickly and gain access to information that and buildings and other facilities where even some congressmen and women protested, not just recently, and couldn't get into. Remember that? In front of the education department there in Washington? Oh, I don't know. How is Doge able to get such access? What else went on over last night? Overnight marathon Senate session creates competing GOP budget plan. We talked about the chainsaw. Who won in the hockey match? Canada beat the Team USA. Overtime thriller. I wonder how Donald Trump reacted to that. I bet the Canadian Prime Minister was happy about that. Who else? Let's skip over CNN for a moment and wait a minute. Let's put up Fox. I keep trying to. Hold it. Equal coverage, I guess. They keep updating the stories, up to the minute. I'm trying to find this one. Let's just show the picture anyway. Luigi. It's almost as if I haven't thought about um, this person, since that happened in New York to that CEO insurance. But this they're calling runaway jury. Luigi Mangione CEO murder case raises concerns. Activist juror jurors may ignore evidence. Wouldn't that be shocking if at the end of this trial, um, Luigi Mangione would walk away, would be found either not guilty or lesser charges. I haven't been following the case, listening to it, but it is going to set, I think, another precedent. Precedent. Yeah, wow. I know. I know. Let's see if I can pull it up. I had it up on this side. So I want to find out what is at issue. And keep his picture on the screen. All of these news agencies have caught on uh, for a long time. Enter this. Email. Read this or that. Guess I could play some music. Let's see if this will work. All right. So, suspected assassin Luigi Mangione returns to a New York criminal court Friday for a hearing in connection.
The suspect in the execution-style killing of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, there he is, will be arraigned in New York City tomorrow. 26-year-old Luigi Mangione is facing first-degree murder, healthcare and terrorism charges, state and federal charges.
Okay, let's try this again. All right. Suspected assassin Luigi Mangione returns to a New York criminal court Friday for a hearing in connection with state murder and terrorism charges in a sprawling case surrounding assassination-style murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson in Manhattan. The 26-year-old former Ivy Leaguer is accused of stalking Thompson, a married father of two, and shooting him in the back outside a shareholders conference in early December, as you might recall, in an alleged attack that investigators have painted as cold-blooded and premeditated. Many of his defenders have been quick to note he is considered innocent until proven guilty in the eyes of the law. Well, that is law. But his significant support is prompting concerns of potential jury nullification when jurors delivered a verdict based on ideology rather than the law. Jury selection is going to be critical in Mangione's case, said Edwina Elcox, a Boise-based defense attorney whose former clients have included the so-called cult mom, Lori Vallow. He is viewed as a modern-day Robin Hood. So it's something really. He's receiving donations, and to a staggering, get this, his defense fund so far donations have surpassed $500,000, racking in more than 200,000 over the past 10 days. He has a lot of support out there. When supporters touted nearing the $300,000 milestone with the help of more than 10,000 donors, some proponents have even described him as a humanitarian. It's a fascinating case, Elcox told Fox News Digital. The CEO was a terribly unsympathetic figurehead of a company that has drove of horror stories about how it treated people who desperately needed various medical interventions juxtaposed against handsome, educated, talented young man with no criminal history. It's juxtaposed. Wow. Handsome, young, no criminal record. Let's not forget a very wealthy family. While both sides will likely focus heavily on voir dire, there's still strong evidence in the case, says Paul Mauro, a retired NYPD inspector. Jury nullification could always be an issue, especially with how this kid has come to encapsulate so many progressive gripes against corporations and the insurance industry. But I don't think even Manhattan criminal justice has been that completely defanged. This is what he told Fox News Digital. Yes, this is the venue that got us Alvin Bragg, but this is also the venue in which 12 ordinary New Yorkers acquitted Daniel Penny. You recall Daniel Penny, the subway, um, we'll say vigilante, he was found innocent. It is Junebug, dollar signs, money, money, and his family will say they've kept this confidential. Someone hired this high power attorney. Lots of money is coming his way already. And you saw it. It was in daylight. The horrific um, killing of that CEO, Brian Thompson, in broad daylight. Well, it was very, very well 6:30 ish, early in the morning, while he was on his way to the conference, and you could see uh, Mangione come up, appear, come up from behind and shoot him from behind. Shocking. And now look at him. He knows, I think, he has lots of support. It's almost as if he's getting some type of celebrity status on some level. It is. People have been, heard, seen, photographed, standing outside the prison, uh, you know, cheering him on. I don't know what's going to happen in the case, but it's certainly, it is a fascinating case. Okay, what time is it? 10:15. I always try to keep track of the time. We've been on now for 45 minutes. Maybe since it is Duckery Friday, if you'd like, you can email me right now with a request going into the weekend, maybe a little music before I wind things down. Let's see. pull up something for the weekend, or into our weekend. Hang on. And you can also put in the chat. Let's see how I'm going to start it off. I don't know if it's going to be party music in the morning, but let's see. Let's go. I like Chaka Khan. Through the fire.
I look in your eyes and I can see you love so dangerously. You're not trusting your heart to anyone. You tell me you're gonna play it smart. We're through before we start, but I believe that we've only just begun. When it's this good, there's no saying no. I want you so I'm ready to go. Through the fire, to the limit, to the wall. For a chance to be with you, I'd gladly risk it all. Through the fire, whatever comes my way. For a chance at loving you, I take it all away. Right down to the wire, even through the fire. I know you're afraid of what you feel. You still need time to heal, and I can help if you'll only let me try. You touched me and something in me new. What I could have with you. Now I'm not ready to kiss that dream goodbye. When it's this sweet, there's no saying no. I need you so I'm ready to go. Through the fire, to the limit, to the wall. For a chance to be with you, I'd gladly risk it all. It's time to stand up and fight. It's alright. Hand in hand, we'll take a caravan to the motherland. One by one, we're gonna stand with the pride, one that can't be denied. Stand up, stand up, stand up. From the highest mountain and valley low, we'll join together with hearts of gold. Now the children of the world can see there's a better way for us to be. The place where mankind was born is so neglected and torn apart. Every moment, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, everybody take a stand. Join the caravan of love. I'm your brother. I'm your brother. Don't you know? I'm your brother. I'm your brother. Don't you know? We'll be living in a world of peace, in a day when everyone is free. We'll bring the young and the old. Won't you let your love flow from your heart? Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Everybody take a stand. Join the caravan of love. I'm your brother. I'm your brother. Don't you know? I'm your brother. I'm your brother. Don't you know? Now the children of the world can see there's a better way for us to be. The place where mankind was born is so neglected and torn apart. Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Everybody take a stand. Join the caravan of love. Are you ready for the time of your life? Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready for the time of your life? Are you ready? Are you ready? Come go with me. Are you ready? Are you ready? Come go with me. Are you ready? Are you ready? Every woman, every man, join the caravan. Are you ready? Are you ready? Everybody take a stand. Join the caravan. Are you ready? Are you ready? Every woman, every man, join the caravan. Are you ready? Are you ready? Everybody take a stand.
Caravan of love. Are you ready? Well, it's that time again. To wrap up the morning broadcast, Messy Mocha. I appreciate all of you who have joined me this morning, listened to the news updates, and just had a little uh, relaxing break and coffee. Join me later when I come back tonight. We'll see what's in store. It's Friday. I have a busy day ahead of me. I hope you enjoy yours and please be safe out there. But I'm enjoying the music. Um, so I'm going to play at least one more. Biggest bear hugs go out to all the Grizzlies and the Honey Bears. Um, that's it, though. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm Teddy. Have a great Friday.
I would be so willing to give you all I got. You're a special lady. Forget me not. I could be so tender for the life of you. Let my heart surrender. And love goes on and on. Your heart is strong. As love goes on. Every day I'm wishing for the day to come. Feeling superstition, hoping she's the one. One day I am lonely, next week plenty smiles. Love I find amusing. And love goes on, love goes on and on and on. Your heart is strong, heart beats strong as love goes on. And if we can't work it out, you should toss and turn, listening for the telephone. But when it gets your call, I'm all choked up. Can't believe you called my home. And as a matter of fact, it blows my mind. You would even talk to me. Because a girl like you is like a dream come true, a real life fantasy. No matter what your friends try to tell you, we will make fall in love. And we will be together, any kind of weather. It's like that, it's like that. Every little step I take, you will be there. Every little step I make, be together. Every little step I take, you will be there. Every little step I make, be together. I can't sleep at night, I toss and turn, listening for the telephone. But when I get your call, I'm on your phone. Can't believe you called my home. And as a matter of fact, it blows my mind. You didn't talk to me. Because a girl like you is like a dream come true, a real life fantasy. No matter what your friends try to tell you, we will make fall in love. And we will be together in any kind of weather. It's like that, it's like that, yeah. You will be there every step I make. Be together every step I make. Every step will be here every step I make. Be together every step I make. Every step I take. Oh, every step I take. Be together. Everybody wants to know what's going down. Now with the James, not the Jim of the Barbie Brown. Now I'm chilling much harder, as you all know, cause on the ground was good to go solo. Been on the mic for a long, long time. I'm guaranteed to bust a stupid rhyme. Now I'm on the mic and I'm rocking real fresh. Everybody out there, don't talk less about me, because I'm rocking it steady. And when I'm on the mic, don't you dare call me Freddy, cause I'm ready to really get paid. And if anybody steps my way, they're getting slayed. My name is Barn, that's what they call me. Yes, I drive a 560 SEC. And when I'm on the mic, you gotta see me driving down a block, cause I'm blocking at one. And when a sucker MC's trying to drop my spot, when I'm